Today on Hampton Roads Business Weekly, meet a brand new generation of entrepreneurs, all under the age of 15.
Plus, getting the most out of your SEO, search engine optimization.
Hampton Roads Business Weekly starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Hampton Roads Business Weekly, a look at the businesses and entrepreneurs making a difference right here in Hampton Roads. I'm Zach Miller.
And I'm Cheryl Tan. We begin today with a group of entrepreneurs from Kempsville High School who just won the Junior Achievement Company of the Year for Hampton Roads. We're at Kempsville High School in Virginia Beach today to meet the student entrepreneurs who make up Focus 360 and the winners of the Junior Achievement Company of the Year. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you. All 5 of you are 9th graders, by the way, part of the Entrepreneurship and Business Academy at Kempsville High School. So I'm going to introduce you so people know who you are. Tiana Wills, Mayana Williams, Andre Moss, Annika Ashcraft, and Jonathan McLothian. Again, congratulations. And you're going to share with us what you created, which is a fidget spinner. And you have kids, they have a fidget spinner. And this one's called the Cyclone. So this is the final one that you sell now. And I want to start with you, Tiana, and talk about what this whole experience, the Junior Achievement, the Company of the Year, what you've learned from it.
It taught me like teamwork, because usually working in groups I'm like the leader or I take the lead, but considering that everybody had their own opinion and we had to figure out a way to work together, it taught me how to work with different people instead of just focusing on my opinion.
How about you, Mayana?
Okay, well, for me it's definitely been how to market, because at first I didn't know how to make a commercial. I wasn't familiar with how to design a poster, but like it came natural trying to sell to people more than just not knowing how to do it. And if I didn't know it, somebody was there to teach me.
That's great. That's great. How about you, Andre?
So I really learned how simple it is to start a business at like the fundamental level. It's really just all about who you know and just learning how to use those resources you have, more so than trying to use the resources that you don't have.
Nice. Annika?
I would say I've learned that working together with other people, and that it's not as hard as you would think to create a business. Like we're learning about how to make a business in class, and it's just such a crazy idea, but actually seeing it become a reality, it's not as hard as you would think, and anyone can do it.
Yeah. How about you, Jonathan?
I learned that we're all just regular people, and we came together and we made a product that would really work for profit in the business world, and I think that's really awesome.
I do too. So this is the final product, but this is certainly not the first one that you created. So there were challenges. It sounds easy now, but I know it wasn't. So talk about some of the things, the barriers, some of the problems that you came upon as you were trying to create this particular piece.
There have been like a lot of challenges with that product itself, but also as a group, because we had to figure out how to work together, seeing as we didn't know each other as a group, and working together and figuring out who was actually going to be a part of this.
Well, for me, when the actual product itself, we started off with, let me see this one. We started off with these two.
Right, and that one looks broken.
Yeah. And then like we stopped selling this because nobody purchased it, and then we just moved on to, well, we focused on the 3 bearings.
So when they didn't buy, and you're talking about the 2, like
yes,
with the
skateboard
2, yeah, that one. People didn't buy that, and then what did that say to you? Like, did you think, oh, let's scrap the whole idea,
yes.
or go to something else?
Well, yeah, we elaborated on the colors. Like we decided, okay, maybe it's the colors, so we did different colors. That still wasn't the problem or the solution. So then we just cut it out. We need to stop wasting the plastic and do something more efficient with it.
Right, because it was wasting time and money at that point.
Yeah, so we then kind of came to this idea, which we made it super thick. We want to see the extreme of making it like as sturdy as possible. So we squared off the edges that won't break when it hits the floor if someone drops it.
Yeah.
We hit them with hammers to see how strong they are. And we just realized that this costed way too much to make. This was almost double the price of our original idea. And our whole philosophy was to keep the price low And so we kind of scrapped this idea and moved to where we are today.
So what happens now with the company, with Focus 360?
Well, I think we all we plan on working with Focus 360 throughout our senior year, considering we all started it, and we plan to expand like the design, like make different designs, add different colors, double it, and we all pretty much plan to still work together all through our high school career.
Right, keep it a company.
Yeah.
Well, finally, I just wanted to ask you, what are some pieces of advice that you would have for someone who wants to start a business?
Anyone can do it. Most of us here are 14, 15 years old. We're in our first year of high school, and we've managed to create a successful business. But like Tiana said, expect the unexpected, because there are going to be curveballs thrown, good and bad. There's things that are going to happen that you want to, and things that you don't. You just have to be prepared, and when it happens, just go with it.
Congratulations already on this early success. I know there's more to come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, gang, let's talk cybersecurity. If you run a small business, you might think to yourself, I'm too small for a hacker to mess with. Yep, you're wrong. Find why next. Welcome back to Hampton Roads Business Weekly. We're here with Jeff Heyman, Dr. Jeff Heyman.
Thank you.
Of Regent University. I'm a small business owner, and I'm terrified of being attacked by cybersecurity. Why would someone go after me?
Very good question. What do you have that they want? If it's money, it's probably don't have a whole bunch of money sitting around. It's going to be extortion. Maybe you have money that you can get to, and you're going to pay them in the case of ransomware, where the bad nefarious actor has locked up all your account, or you have ticked someone off royally, either as a client of yours, a customer of yours, or someone from your company has made some post publicly that has damaged another person. It could be political. It could be, there's crazies out there. It could be insulting in some way. So the ways to defend against that: make sure your employees are educated. You keep business, sell widgets to anybody. Don't worry about trying to parse people out. And your social media presence, which you probably need, make sure it's for the business. You're not trying to tear someone else down or engage in bad behavior.
So if I practice that and I'm
Yes.
doing good things for the community and
Yes.
I'm only posting good things, I'm likely more,
You're less vulnerable.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happens when I do get that hit?
You'll get hit three ways. One, it's nothing personal. It's like the mob of a guy getting ready to kill you and say it's nothing personal, Jerry. But no, your data will be compromised as a larger group of data. It's not your Acme company, but it was compromised either by the healthcare industry. Somebody exploited and got a lot of stuff there. The credit card industry, your company credit card, you probably have a company credit card. They've got your PII, personally identifiable information off of that. And the people who got the bulk data collection, that itself they're not going to exploit. They're going to sell that to other people who may exploit it. That's the first threat, and we've probably already all been hit by that one time or the other.
So I'm more likely to get hit by one of those big three than me individually?
Yes, and you probably won't even know that. But what is getting closer down to what will make you more vulnerable, you're a business owner. You take a coffee break. You go over to Starbucks or somewhere with free Wi-Fi. You now engage. They're not targeting you. There's a nefarious actor in the Starbucks.
Sure.
He's doing a scan. For some reason, you're doing financial transactions complete with your password over an open network. So he's not looking for you again as the CEO of Acme Company, but he's looking for some owner in the local community to come in there and do something stupid. That's the second way you can get compromised.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So I just opened Starbucks app. If they're watching, they could give me free dollars if they want. So is by paying on that, is that what you mean by financial
Well,
information?
I don't know how you're paying for that.
So there's Apple Pay and there's ways.
You're encrypted.
Okay,
That's
so I don't
encrypted.
have to worry about that.
But
paying
here's
for that
what the
there.
problem is. If you go to, let's say it's not Starbucks, let's say there's not an app for it.
Right.
You go to a website, your Wells Fargo, Fidelity, your investment thing, and you type in your name and password. I would not accept the fact that that is encrypted in a Starbucks open network. I shouldn't say Starbucks, but any open network. There's not an app built for that. You're typing it in plain text.
So when I go to Amazon
Yes.
and I type in that the first time, then it saves it.
It
You know,
does. Well,
it-
stop.
Don't save.
Stop.
Don't save.
That's a level, I never save my passwords, okay? I also never type in a password if I'm on an open network, because these questions that we're raising, is it an open network, is it ciphertext, is it clear text? If you don't type it in on a Wi-Fi, you don't have to even
But we're in a
address those
world
questions.
that's supposed to be convenient and on demand. By saving that information, it makes it easier for that person.
It is convenient to get into a car and not put on your seatbelt and drive 2 blocks. Would you do it?
Well, my mother taught me well, always put my seatbelt on. So, but it's the same effect, right? So even though your browser is saying save this info for later, you're saying don't do that.
I don't.
Would you pay? What about the payment online in general? Is that okay?
No, I do payment transactions online, but never on an open Wi-Fi network. I do it on a private network that I am more comfortable with, and I know that it reaches out.
What about saving that on your own personal network and then saving that credit card information on there?
Well, it's your network. Is it via Wi-Fi or is it a hard line where you know that's going in? Do you live in one building out in the sticks, which is because you're a hog farmer and that's where your business is, or are you in one where you lease one office space out of a building of 4?
Do I need to worry about maybe I have an apartment or a condo complex where people could be tapping into that?
Yes, you do. And the way you do that is there's many ways, and not getting too technical, but I would lock down everything to your MAC address. That's the machine access code that's on the devices you use, or use the actual router instead of having those transactions on Wi-Fi on that part of the router. Well, the router has the hardline Cat5 cable that plugs into your computer. Just do your transaction on the computer.
A lot of good things to be thinking about. Thank you, Jeff.
Well, thank you.
You've had the opportunity to meet the students behind Focus 360. Now meet their mentor. That's coming up on Hampton Roads Business Weekly. You've had the chance to meet the students behind Focus 360, so now let's meet their mentor, Austin Frangoulis, who is a real estate agent and business owner in Virginia Beach. Austin, thanks so much for talking with us about Focus 360 and your role in that.
Of course.
So they won JA Company of the Year, the Junior Achievement Company of the Year.
Yeah.
Were you surprised?
Surprised, yes, but I mean, I knew they had it in them. For all the work that we put in back here, I knew they were going to come out on top.
They are an impressive group of students. They really, really are. So talk about the process of helping them build what they've been able to build.
Yeah, of course. So we started with the product. It was a really cool idea. I was like, guys, we need to be able to make it more attractive to people. So we figured out ways how to market it, especially throughout the school, because that's where it really started here.
Sure.
The kids loved it. And me, I outsource my work all the time because I can't do good at everything. And neither can they. So what we did was we outsourced it to experts, especially on creating flyers, business cards, I mean, anything you think of.
Yeah.
When we were able to get it out in their eyes a little bit better and more attractive, a lot more people started coming. And with their personal skills with the students, I mean, it really just took off from there.
I think it's interesting. You shared your outsourcing skills and the things that have worked in your business and showed them at a young age how to use it to help build theirs. So what was it about their idea and their drive that help them get to the next level, you say?
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty determined to be the best on top, just like I am. So I saw that in them, and I was like, guys, this is going to be great. You know, I can't wait for you guys to actually go. And then I wasn't there when they presented it in front of all of Junior Achievement, but I know with their personal skills that they just show here and how laid back and relaxed they are and how funny and how intelligent they are too. I knew they were going to go places.
What are some of the challenges that you saw they face, that business owners face, but they're facing at such a young age at this stage? So what are some of the challenges
we came across quite a few challenges. So we actually started off with 2 products, one with 3 spinners and then another one with 2 spinners. We found out quick that the 3 spinners was selling a lot more than the 2. So I said, guys, let's just go with the 3, get rid of the 2. And then they had a bunch of different colors, and you know, you spend money on the plastic for the colors. And so we found which colors were selling better than the others, so we dropped the ones that weren't selling as good. And then on accident, we actually discovered a way that how to make the spinners 2 different colors to make it a little bit more attractive, like Kempsville's blue and red. And we found out how to make those, which made those even more attractive to the kids to buy them. So figuring out those problems actually made it a lot more better for them.
What did they, when they found those challenges, how did they react to that?
They weren't too discouraged. You know, we all really just talked it out as a team. And when the whole team actually decided on something, that's when everything went well.
How important do you think is a mentor in this process? Like having someone that's not within the group to just say, let's pivot, or that's not going to work.
It's 100% important. It's something I wish I had when I was younger. It's someone who can actually take the knowledge they know and think differently than them and help them bring their idea to life. And if I had that back in the day, I mean, I would have started when I was 16,
right?
If anything. But with them, helping them so young, I know it's just going to bring on to the next level for them.
Right. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, Austin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
My website is all over the place, and I don't know why. That's why I'm going to ask Kevin Daisy of Array Digital how to fix it. It's next on Hampton Roads Business Weekly. You've heard about SEO, search engine optimization, but probably went right over your head. But that's why we have Kevin Daisy of Array Digital to talk to us about best practices, how to implement it. So let's start with just a general understanding of what SEO is.
So I'm sure you've heard the term SEO, or search engine optimization. It's something that we do with our websites, content to drive our websites up the search engine ranked pages, or SERPs. And this derives from backlinks, content, and a lot of different things. Google is always changing their algorithms, and it's our job to try to stay on top of that as experts in the field. Google does not tell you what they're doing. You basically have to look at your data, look at your analytics, and try to predict what Google's going to come out with next.
So from an SEO standpoint, if someone has a website, what are some best practices that they could do to be seen?
So a lot of it's not too much of a secret. A lot of the things that have applied for the last 5 years still apply. Content is king, still. So good, rich content, keyword-focused content, and long content.
How do you know if something's good, rich content?
So the way you want to do it is now they've introduced another algorithm that also looks at synonyms. So if you have keywords, you're looking at also at synonyms for that word. So instead of having the word entrepreneur everywhere, just it doesn't even read well. It's just you're using the word trying to get that rank. Use synonyms for that. Business owner, things like that. They have new algorithms that actually pick up on words that relate, and they give those the same type of value as the actual keyword that you're going for.
What about images and video?
Images,
Can that be rich content too?
Yeah, photos are very important in your content. It's more engaging to the user. You can use alt tags and text to increase the content on the page to explain what the photo is about. So photos and videos are definitely way more important than they ever have. So.
Are there tools or plugins or widgets that people can use to make this process easier?
Sure. If you have a WordPress website, which a lot of people do, we primarily build on WordPress ourselves. There's great plugins. There's Yoast, and then there's also All-in-One SEO. We typically use that one quite a bit. It allows you to easily manage all these things in a nice, clean back-end system, and allows you to keep track of what's going on. So.
Should someone be building a website off of specific keywords, and how many is too many?
Typically what you want to do is each page on your site should focus primarily on one keyword. Again, using the synonyms is fine, but you want to focus a page on just a keyword. So if you have a big list of services on one page, you're going to want to break those out. Now, I know the content is very difficult for people to come up with. And a lot of times what we do is we see business owners and companies have just all their stuff on one page, and you want to work to break those out. Start writing those out into separate pages so you can get focused.
What's the difference between a page, a home page, and maybe like a blog page?
Okay, so a blog page is going to have a date, timestamp. You're going to want those to be separate pages. Again, not on just one page where there's not a separate link to that actual posting. And a home page is going to be an overview of kind of everything that you offer. So it's going to have a lot of keywords, obviously, but Google knows that, It can see the links, and that it goes to those relevant pages. That is very focused, and that's what it's going to be looking for.
So it's okay if the homepage has all that information, but then you have a sub-page that basically goes into the specific piece of it.
Absolutely. And kind of the conclusion that I've come to recently is the same as it's always been too, is if you're a young entrepreneur, a small business owner, or a marketing professional, most people look at SEO the wrong way. They look at what's the fastest thing I can do to get the most immediate result. And it's completely opposite. It's a long-term investment. You have to put the time, money, and effort into it, and results are not just given to you.
How long is long-term?
It can be years.
Wow.
Google wants that. There's a trust factor with Google. We got a brand new website. Google doesn't trust you. You have no links, you have no history, you have no content. So you have to build that up. There's no way to get there quickly. So invest in the content. Make sure you have someone that can take care of it for you.
Solid information. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
And with that, we wrap up another edition of Hampton Roads Business Weekly.
Make sure you like us on Facebook and Twitter, then head over to hrbusinessweekly.com to get more information and watch previous shows.
For Hampton Roads Business Weekly, I'm Zach Miller.
And I'm Cheryl Tan. We'll see you next week.
Hampton Roads Business Weekly, sponsored by Regent University and produced by 13 News Now.